please. One. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Is there everything up here I'm considered legal? Everything I'm considered legal right here. If you see the instruction in dressing room, expect tough, clean fight. Give them commands of all the time, protect yourselves all the time. Touch them up.
Damian Knyba, this is his third fight under trainer Sean George, a man he met while he was sparring Alexander Usyk, and he was actually sparring Zhilei Zhang in that camp, and they found a chemistry, Tim, and as we know with boxers, all of a sudden, it changes their perspective moving forward.
Gives them a ton of confidence, first and foremost. And you learn a whole hell of a lot, too, going to these top camps out there. You learn how to train, what hard work really looks like. Knyba, right now, getting heavy on his jab, which is smart. You know, the jab allows you to be able to set up your power shots. It occupies your opponent. Snaps his head back. Whatever he was thinking, he now forgot about it.
And Tim, this is a 16 by 16 foot ring, and when you get these two guys in there, over 540 pounds of action, they're not going to have to go far to find one another.
No, they're not going to go far either if they get one of them get knocked out, because he's going to fall and hit his head on the rope, the bottom rope. That could happen. 16 by 16. You know what, but I just solved the problem for boring matchups. Put them in the ring, put them in the small ring from now on. Shakur Stevenson, he gonna have to be in the 16 by 16 next time he get in the ring. That's my only shot tonight as Shakur.
Okay. All right. Well, Knyba trying to land several shots on Michael Coffie, like you said, from the onset of the fight. He's heavy behind the jab, trying to set up that overhand right, which finds a home.
Coffie was on the tear. I mean, when he started his career off, I mean, everybody had high praise for him. And a shift change, something happened. You know, and what happened was he got knocked out. You don't understand what being knocked out and how it affects you mentally. You know, it's really hard to come back from a knockout. And the reason why is because you can't erase that out of your mind.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know, you can't erase that out of your mind. Like, you're always reminded of that. So when you're in the ring and you're fighting, you're always second-guessing yourself every move you make because you don't want to go down that street again.
We talk about fighters getting gun-shy.
Yes.
And it's because they get caught. And you mentioned the fact that his career has changed. Well, he's facing his 5th undefeated opponent as he lands a nice right there, Michael Coffie. But he's 2-2, so he's pulled off upsets against Armani Rock and Luis Peña.
Yes.
But it's just the level of opposition has been heightened because all of a sudden you lose that luster.
Lose the luster, and then if you're in there with an opponent that actually brings up a ton of resistance, you can take them down memory lane. You can have your way with Coffie. Coffie seems to be lazy at times. I mean, you know, you can see good technique. Every now and then you see him. Technical, you see how he dropped that body downstairs. He knows how to operate inside the ring.
10 seconds. Listen for the bell. 10 seconds.
But sometimes it's just not enough. Got to be able to stay consistent with the offense. And you can see here, Coffie doesn't stay consistent.
Let's listen in to Sean George and Damian Knyba's corner.
Good work. Breathe. How do you feel? All right, now listen. Stay behind that jab. He doesn't see it, but use those feints behind that jab, right? You touch, you feint. Your middle range is his long range, right? Take one step back. He's starting to jump in with that hook and that right hand, so you got to set him up, right? When he jumps in, you got to meet him with that right hand. Get some more water. I'm okay. All right? Stay behind that jab, because he's sitting back here. He's trying to catch you with that hook, too, right? So go with the jab, use your feints. Use your feints. Using your feints to keep him more balanced. All right? Yeah. That's why we throw in the feints. You get to see what you're going to do. Be smart, champ.
Damian Knyba is a fighter who, when you're in a 16-foot ring, Tim, he could reach all the way across and catch you because he's got the longest reach of any active fighter, 86 inches. So you are never in a safe zone against a fighter like Damian Knyba.
No, not at all. And he knows how to maintain his reach as well. You see him light on his feet, stepping back to get out of range right there. Coffie right now is trying to use timing. That's what he's using, timing. He's taking advantage of any holes of vulnerability that Knyba's showing, and it's usually downstairs. That's where he's paying attention to, downstairs. Hitting that larger frame of Knyba.
Oh, nice left hook there from Coffie. Short counter.
So what Coffee's doing, he's trying to walk down Knyba, trying to force mistakes. And he's using the high guard. Now he's going into the shell, but he was using the high guard, trying to set up something. I think it's the left hook he's looking for. Although right now, he is sitting on his back foot right now.
You know why there was so much hope for Michael Coffie is the fact that he's a Marine who didn't start boxing just until about 2 months before his 30th birthday, and it was his corporal in the Marines who signed him up for the New York Golden Gloves. Went in there, lost in the semifinals, and then the next year he came back and won the tournament.
Wow.
And then turned pro. So very limited amateur experience, 11 fights as an amateur, but those are the type of stories you love to tell about a fighter who wasn't meant to do this, and yet here he is.
Resiliency. I mean, he found his passion late in the game. And that's okay. That's fine. You know, you can start. It doesn't matter when you start, honestly. You know, I would rather a fighter start at a young age. That way he can build up enough experience. But Coffie handles himself very well inside that ring. Again, I think it has to do a lot with the things that he's doing probably in the gym or even outside the gym. You know, things that he's not doing enough of. He's not doing enough running, enough road work, enough work in the gym. And that's the reason why he's at a standstill right now.
Well, he's got to not only train as a fighter, but he's also studying cybersecurity at Kaiser University, trying to make a better life for himself and his two sons, Ryder and Elijah.
Good up jab right there by both men.
Now trying to set up that right and then a short left from Knyba, who connects with the right uppercut and then uses that paw to just keep Coffie at bay. And the 1-2. Coffie switches southpaw and goes after Knyba. In tonight's co-main event, Xander Zayas, well, he'll tell us that he first started boxing not because of his love for the sport, but out of what he and his mother thought was a necessity.
At the beginning, it wasn't my decision. It was my mom's decision. I was being a victim of bullying, so she decided to put me in boxing just to learn how to defend myself.
Hook off your jab. Okay, right there. Hook off your jab. That's it.
The only thing going through my mind is like, I don't want to be bullied. I don't want to be beat by some guy that is just bigger than me.
There you go, nice.
But kind of went away once I started getting confidence on myself that I could fight, that I could defend myself.
He always had that inkling, you know, I want to be a world champion, but everybody says that. But you got to see that commitment, you know, you got to see that, you know, day in, day out grind.
I fall in love with it. The dedication, the hard work, the ethic that you had to have, and the way that I was able to push myself to the limits to become better.
And Xander Zayas went from being bullied to becoming the youngest fighter ever signed by Top Rank at just 16 years old. He's a co-feature just 15 minutes down the road from where he lives here in South Florida. And he's got his sights on someday headlining on Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City at Madison Square Garden. That may be closer than even he believes.
See, Knyba right now is just not only using his jab and sticking that jab out there, but also using it as probes, baiting, just blocking the vision, occupying the mind of Coffie. Some referees, they won't allow you to do that. They won't allow you to probe and stick and poke like that. But some referees, they do allow you to do it. So I guess it just depends on who's in there reffing your match if you're going to use that tactic.
Yeah, we talked about him jousting the round before. As once again, the left hook of Coffie is effective in landing on the chin of Damian Knyba.
Knyba's getting lazy with his right hand. You can tell he's not used to that.
Nice right, and there's that left hook once again from Coffie.
Knyba's doing a really good job of touching, just keeping Coffie busy, occupying, and then coming over with the right hand. You got Coffie just being patient. Again, you see him slipping and rolling. Very athletic, good eyes, good defense here and there.
It looked like he was ducking under, trying to set up that left hook, but just didn't find the opening.
The left hook is his money punch. I mean, he's not missing with it. Anytime he swings it, it's his landing. It's either grazing or it's landing. But that's the shot of choice for him. You see the right hand. Just look at the right hand of Knyba. It's down. He still hasn't learned. Coffie's looking for that left hook. If he does get knocked out or get caught, it's going to be because of the left hook.
It's a nice right to the body from Michael Coffie. Reminds me of the shot that Navarrete landed on Robson Conceição.
See, Coffie is the type of fighter, he'll lull you to sleep. You know, you think you're getting the best of him, and he seems lazy and he's not in position to throw, but he's sneaky. He can throw from odd positions. You see him heavy on his back foot, really, but he's looking to explode off that back foot, and he's looking for that left hook. In other words, he's playing possum. He likes to play possum.
Wait for Knyba to make a mistake, step in heavy, get caught with that right hand down. But it seems that Knyba's keeping it in a defensive position as he lands a right hand and then gets caught by a left by Coffie.
10 seconds for the bell.
More activity from Coffie here in the third round of the scheduled 8-rounder.
He only good for 30 seconds, 40 seconds the most in each round. You understand that? Yeah. Breathe. Stay focused on your defense. Don't get comfortable because you're looking for one shot at a time. Okay. All right? Now, you're going to articulate the front hand. You're going to stab him to the chest. You're going to tap him to that. You use your feint. When you use your feint, he's going to come forward.
Here it is, the right hand coming from Knyba. Beautiful shot right there. See, the setup right there was just to touch the gloves. You don't necessarily have to land the shot up top. You can actually touch the guard to be able to land the right hand downstairs, just to occupy your opponent. He does the same thing up top right after that. Good setups, just great setups right there. I mean, I like what I'm hearing from the corner. Love what I'm hearing from Knyba's corner. He's telling him right. He's looking for one shot. And keep touching, keeping them occupied, and run them into something.
Sean George says he's only good for 30 seconds every round. So once you pass that threshold, you're good. But you see that left hook from Michael Coffie. He's trying to get a little bit more active with it.
So Coffie can't match the work rate. So Coffie's he's doing it with, she's trying to do it with timing. He needs Knyba to make a mistake to be able to work his offense.
Ooh, swing and a miss from Coffie. That was with the right hook.
Good defense, good movement. You see who has the better footwork. That's Knyba.
And now he's trying to throw that right hand with a lot more confidence, Tim.
Yes,
like he does there around the guard of Michael Coffie.
But as long as he keeps his distance well as he's doing it and he doesn't fall in after shooting his shots, he's going to be safe. As you can see, Knyba keeping his distance, just extending with those arms, letting clean shots. And see, Coffie, he can't compete against it. It's too long, too much distance, too much reach.
That being said, Knyba's got the longest reach of any active fighter at 86 inches. Coffie's got 83-inch reach, which is very long for a heavyweight who stands at 6'5" himself.
Yes.
Nice combination there from Knyba. Uppercut with the left after a right hook. Corner of Knyba's making a reference to the eye of Coffie, so we'll have to take a look at what they're seeing. Coffie's corner wants him to throw that jab to the body, and he does so. Little stab jab.
Yeah, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a jab, and he's looking to bait. It's almost like a bait jab. Yeah, I'll touch you to the body and keep you honest. but he's not following up with anything. Good footwork right here from Knyba, showing a different dimension. Not only can he stand at 50-50, meaning directly in front, equal positioning. See how both guys right in front. He can get off quickly from out at a distance, and then you see his footwork. He's able to get out, change positions, and start all over again. Coffie seems like he's cemented to the canvas. Doesn't have a whole lot of footwork.
10 seconds, gentlemen, 10 seconds.
Tonight's main event will feature Robeisy Ramirez, who stands at 5'6", taking on 6'1" Rafael Espinosa. Tim, a featherweight who is 6'1". I mean, that's got to be a challenge. Although Robeisy told us in the fighter meetings, you guys worry about it, I don't worry.
Look, man, it's only a challenge if the opponent knows how to use his height and reach. If he knows how to use it, could be difficult for Robeisy Ramirez, but two-time Olympian, come on now. He's seen every style there is. He's been matched up against tall opponents in the past. He shouldn't have any problems with Espinosa tonight.
And height has been an interesting dynamic for Robeisy Ramirez over his last two fights. Against Isaac Dagbe, well, he was 5'4".
Right.
His last opponent in Japan, who he stopped, was Satoshi Shimizu. He was 5'11", and that prepares him for 6'1" Rafael Espinosa.
But he was a southpaw, too.
Ah.
It's a southpaw. So, I mean, that was a close stance battle, but, you know, he's going to be in an open stance battle, something that he's familiar with. He's used to fighting against orthodox fighters. He should not have a problem, seriously. Maybe in the beginning, adjusting to the reach and the speed of the young gun. However, he has more experience. He should be able to figure it out.
Yes, he told us, with all the amateur experience that I've had, 400+ fights, having to fight 5-6 times in 1 week, look, I can prepare. After one round, I read my opponent, I figure him out.
But the only thing here is that after looking at Mark's piece, listening to what he's going through, his father being away in Cuba, sick, you know, his daughters, I mean, everything that he's going through, man, that weighs heavy on a fighter's mind. And that's not a good thing when you're going into a match of this magnitude. Distractions.
The fact that you're fighting at home, they were talking about everyone wants tickets, everyone's calling me for the link, and all that stuff, it starts to add up. The blessing and the curse of being a hometown fighter. We'll see how Robeisy handles that. You had to do it at home, Tim.
I did. Hated every minute of it. I mean, those fights were tough mentally on me because you can't lose at home. That's a rule.
Yes.
You cannot lose at home and embarrass your fans that come out and support you. So when I fought Lamont Peterson, that was the first time of me fighting at home. I was more than ready. I was over-prepared, and I did extremely well in front of my fans.
You hated it, but you excelled, and that's what Robeisy Ramirez, the WBO featherweight champion, expects to do in his second title defense against Rafael Espinosa, who's fighting for a world title for the first time in tonight's main event. Fight slowing down a little bit. Knyba not using the jab as much as he had earlier. He's probing with it, but he's not punching with it.
Well, Knyba's kind of gauge right now.
There's that right.
That's what he's looking for to set up. It's more to just, again, just to keep the eyes occupied, keep your man off balance by just touching him, tapping him, and then you're able to line up your backhand, or, you know, I'm waiting on him to come back around with the left hook. I mean, you see Coffie sitting on that back foot, just right lined up for the left hook, but Knyba hasn't thrown that left hook after the right hand just yet.
That was a first warning from referee Christopher Young, saying, "Hey, don't just keep the jab out there. You got to throw. You got to throw it."
It's a great warning. I wish that Ryan Garcia got warned for his. He didn't get warned for that at all. Good right hand.
More active right hand in round 5 for Damian Knyba, where he threw that power punch more than he did the jab. Nice left hook there, finally. It seems like he heard Tim Bradley's request.
Oh, yeah.
start attacking. Don't ease up on him. All right, you're not tired. He's dead tired. All right? Get some water. He's tired, right? So anytime you step around, he's coming forward, and you step around, you step to him and you push him backwards. He's a dead man. He's trying to put pressure on you, but he can't, right? You're stronger than he is right now, all right? You take work behind your jab. Your jab is everything, all right? The right hand is going to be there. They're going to set up the left hook. Going to set up left hook, right hand. Going to set up the body chop. I need that jab and touches, all right? Get some more water. How do you feel? Good. You good? Yeah. You're doing good, right? He's ready to go. So when you step around, that's when you attack him. He's off balance. You have to attack him, all right? Yeah, keep attacking that eye.
Yeah, that left eye of Michael Coffie starting to swell, and that's because Damian Knyba has a powerful right hand that he continues to connect. Well, his jab goes to that side of the face sometimes.
Yeah, the jab goes to the side of the face, but it's been that chopping right hand coming from Knyba. Again, you see, it's almost like the cross guard. Yeah. Cross guard, yeah, like a cross defense. Old school, George Foreman style.
Yeah, against Michael Moore. Yeah, I just watched that movie on the play. Nice right hand there from Michael Coffie.
So, Knyba got relaxed right there. You wonder why he got hit with those combinations. He wasn't set. He got relaxed. He's trying to have his weight probe. And you saw the quick burst from Coffie, catching him by surprise. And that's why he was able to land those combinations.
And when did it happen? In the first 30 seconds of the round, where trainer Sean George told Knyba, you got to be careful. Coffie says, I'm going to let you come to me. I'm going to let you do the work, and I'm just going to chill and try to land a shot.
Well, right now, Knyba's not doing too much of anything. He's sitting back. Yes, he's probing. He's looking for his shots, but Coffie's not giving him too much of anything because he's not reacting to what he's doing. So he's afraid of what's going to come back from Coffie at the moment.
Patty cake, patty cake.
Baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can.
Coffie bakes a little cupcake with that right. Nice right to the body from Knyba. Sets up an uppercut, then a short right hook. Coffie, though, was setting up that short
you see
left.
how sneaky he is? You see how he's like, go ahead, let your hands go. Let your hands go. Then bing, left hook. Missed an attempt, but I like his approach. See, but why does Coffie fight this way?
Because Knyba lets him.
One, because Knyba lets him, but at the same time, lazy. Lazy. I can tell by your style how you I can tell you're lazy, you know? You got a lazy style. Trust me, you're lazy in the gym. You're lazy on the road work.
That double right hand from Knyba. The last fight for Coffie, pardon me, Tim, was against Fabio Wardley, who we saw out in Saudi Arabia. And that was April 1st. He got stopped in the 4th round. That just tells you Knyba should have been pressing this.
Yeah, he should have been pressing this. Again, you gotta give him a way out. You gotta send him out the door. That's the only way. But Knyba right now just playing it safe.
Six rounds in the book here in South Florida of a scheduled 8-rounder. And Tim, the jab's been there for Knyba, but the right hand is the one that's doing damage to the eye of Michael Coffie.
Can't miss with that right hand. You know, the jab is definitely the table setter. But I like the fact that he's producing those right hands, and he's throwing them downstairs, he's throwing them up. You know, he's confusing Knyba. He's not just sticking to just one, you know, going to the well more than one time. You know, he's switching things up. I like that right uppercut as well. You see right there, that was a nice peel, trying to peel down the guard of Coffie and coming around it with the right hand.
That was a really nice hook that he turned into an uppercut right there.
I like to see the variation, especially in heavyweights. Combinations, variations, can't do the same thing over and over.
Step around and then step back to him. All right? Get it.
Great instructions, man. I'm serious. I like I like this trainer, man. I like
Sean George.
Sean George, man.
He wasn't
I don't like
with him
him.
for his last fight against Curtis Harper because he was in camp with Zhilei Zhang out in London. But nonetheless, he does the training camp with him. This time he's here for the second time out of his 3 training camps that he's done with them. And you see the growth in Knyba. I just think he's lacking activity. Just consistency, throwing more punches because he's capable, especially against a fighter like Coffie, who is just waiting to counter with 1 shot at a time. There you go, the combination from Knyba here in the 7th round.
You're absolutely right, Nardo. It's just staying active. You know, you got some fighters that are okay with just winning the fight, making it be easy, allowing it to be easy. Then you got fighters that like to build on their work, like a Terrence Crawford, like always looking for the knockout, always looking to produce and have a better round each round, have a better and better round, and beat you down and take you out. Knyba seems like the type that, you know, he likes to win. That's just it. Any means necessary. Take the easy route. I'm using my legs. I'm not putting myself in harm's way. I'm boxing. I'm doing what my trainer's telling me to do. But if he was to step on the gas, he could probably make something happen. He can probably produce a knockout.
I agree. He's coming off of an 8-round unanimous decision win against Helaman Holguin after stopping Curtis Harper in the 8th round of their fight. We'll be seeing Curtis Harper later on in this card taking on Richard Torres Jr. A step-up fight for the U.S. Olympic silver medalist. And you see Knyba has the tools. Does he have the desire to finish this fight?
Well, you got to have the conditioning, too, to go along with it. You know, does he have the conditioning to be able to let his hands go a little bit more often? He's a big man.
And if you're just probing, Coffee's like, is that all you're going to do? I'm going to slap you around a little bit.
Take that left foot.
There's that jab from Coffie. Stab
Yeah, Coffie,
jab and
see, look
setting
at
up
that.
a couple
Coffie
shots.
he's getting confident. He's getting comfortable because he was not doing much. So now he's getting confident. Knyba allowed him to get confident. That's why he's able to tee off on him right there with a couple of shots. All set up off his jab. Coffie got a quick release on his jab. And it's crazy because it's coming from his stomach and it's coming up. Like, now imagine if he had it at home, how quicker that jab would be.
Yep, but bad habits. When you only have 11 amateur fights, when you start fighting 2 weeks before your 30th birthday, you're kind of just doing things haphazardly.
Well, that's why the trainer is extremely important, especially early on. You gotta, you know, if you produce bad habits early on, it's really hard to break the bad habits.
He's been with Josue Aguilar for 4 of his 6 years as a pro.
10 seconds, let's put a bell.
Training out in Orlando, Florida.
Good jab. Nice jab from Coffie.
The best round so far here in the 7th.
Last round. How you feel? Feel amazing? All right, listen.
Yeah.
You tired? No. I know you're not tired, all right? So work. Every time you spin and turn them, every time you throw a combination, I want combination punches this round. I want you to work off the jab. Stay behind your jab, right? Pop, 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 combination, step over. You come again, throw another combination, step over, all right? Take your time. Last round. You coming out. You gonna come out. You coming out hard. Get it. All right? Go get it. Stay behind your jab.
The latest stoppage of Damian Knyba's career happened on April 8th against Curtis Harper. That was in the 8th and final round, and he's talked to us about working on not moving so much like an amateur, but sitting on his punches. And if he wants to get the stoppage here against Michael Coffie, he's going to have to do exactly that, Tim. Stay behind the jab, but follow up with those power shots that he's capable of landing with 7 knockouts in 12 fights.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to count how many body shots Knyba throws this round.
I'll start.
Just
Think
think
He'll be
about
the first one.
I remember the right hand down to the body of it.
Oh, yeah, there was a couple of shots early on the belt line.
Not a lot of body work.
That's
You
true.
know, that's something he's definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board and work on. You got to break down your opponent. And got to work on that jab defense. Getting hit straight on with that jab like that. Okay, you might get 1, you might get 2, but man, when you snap my head back with 2 jabs in a row, that's a problem.
And the left hook.
Yes.
But it's the other thing that you mentioned. He allowed Coffie to get confident And now he's got to take that confidence away with offense.
Yes.
Because Coffee's like, okay, I can fight with this guy. I can be in here with him.
Like, oh, you can do all that probing stuff. Go ahead, bro. Do all you want. Go ahead and try to take this left hook right here. Good chopping right hand right there. But see, the follow-up. Coffee was completely out of position right there. Not in the frame to be able to punch, and he didn't follow up.
He landed that right to the neckline and then a short left.
But these are valuable rounds for him.
Oh, that's a nice right hand.
Valuable rounds for Knyba. I like this.
A chopping right from Damian Knyba. When he commits to it, it's a different fight.
Yes.
There it is.
Nice right hand.
Double right hand. Sets up an uppercut that he misses. But that was his best sequence of the fight so far in terms of power shots. There it is again.
I love it. Good athleticism, great movement, great size, longest reach in boxing right now. Like what I'm seeing.
And conditioning too.
Yes. Good variations with his combinations. You know, that's always going to need a little, work. Always improving that. The biggest issue with Coffie is that starting out the gate when he started late. Whoever trained him, his foundation, they built it on sand. Loose sand, beach sand. At a foundation. It's like he's in quicksand. His footwork is not that dang good. Not good at all. I mean, have you seen him bounce on his toes yet? Even once and get in the rhythm?
Not yet.
No, not at all.
Being crouched down all night, trying to generate that power on a counter, but Knyba wise to it here in the 8th round. There's a quick combination. Trying to set up a right uppercut, but that's basket defense of Coffie working here as we get to the final bell.
There it is.
Moral victory for Michael Coffie, the Marine.
Good for him. Got to the final bell. I didn't think that was going to happen tonight, to be honest with you.
Knyba seems to be on his way to his 13th victory here as a pro.
It was set up to be a knockout, right?
This was set up to be a knockout?
Yeah, Knyba was supposed to knock out Coffie. You want to know why? I mean, Coffie came into this match, back-to-back losses, knockout losses. Think about that.
Yep.
But neither here or there. I can just tell you this. Good performance. I would say good performance by Knyba. Showed a lot of growth in this fight. Went 8 rounds. Great jab. Good right hand over the top. Just took advantage of what was presented to him. Coffie was lingering in front. Too long. Like you said, had that basket defense. And he was able to pick and poke his way to victory. Coffie moving forward, man, I don't know. I don't know where he goes from here. This is 3 consecutive losses in a row. You can't play boxing, man. You'll end up getting hurt. You can't play boxing. He has a career that you're telling me that he's established, so maybe he should stick with that.
We'll see what happens in the future, but he wasn't stopped like Fabio Wardley and Jurgen Hovhannisyan did his last 2 fights. This is his 3rd consecutive fight against an undefeated fighter. And we go to Mark Chinook for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds here inside the Charles F. Dodge City Center, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Benoit Roussel has the bout 79-73. Efrain Lebrun and Steve Weisfeld have it 80-72 for your winner by unanimous decision. Damian, the Polish Hussar Knyba!
So there it is, 13-0, 7 knockouts as a pro. He takes the unanimous decision victory against a veteran, a 37-year-old Michael Coffie, who was